Hey everybody, it's Matt Stark with Windermere Real Estate, and I grew up in this area here in Seattle, primarily in Snohomish County, but I've lived here my whole life. I'm 45 years old, and I've been selling real estate now for over 10 years. I've done hundreds of transactions here, and one of the big things that kind of comes up in conversations with clients is, what do I do to sell homes? Or if you were to hire me, what would I do? So, I just wanted to just go through some of that information, just share with you, just from my perspective, what are some things that I think are just really important in the relationship here between a client and obviously their agent that they're hiring. So I think no matter what the situation, no matter who the seller is, maximizing the sale price of a property is always really important. It's kind of a sensitive subject because it is up to the market. I can't control where offers come in, but making sure that we're doing everything possible to maximize the sale price. The second thing though is minimizing time and aligning to what a client's goals are, how long they need it to take, or maybe they need it to get done really fast. So making sure that we're in alignment with that. The third thing though, and I think this is the most important thing from my perspective, is just creating an experience here that is transparent, is upfront. And I'm not the type of guy who's gonna sugarcoat it. I just want to be real upfront and like I said, transparent about the process and what it's going to take to get a home sold. But that really comes down to communication. And we're always communicating to our clients, minimum of once per week, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. We all know what's happening next and what's happening with their particular property. So communication, I think, is really critical and important. The second thing though is creating demand here for a property. And there's a lot of things a good agent can do that go way beyond just putting a home on the MLS or putting it on the internet. And there are some real important things that I think need to happen, not only to create demand, but like I said, kind of tying it back to maximizing the sale price. And every agent's going to put a home on the MLS. But what I do is really work the MLS here once we're on the market. And that comes from me identifying who are the top 20, 25, maybe 30 agents that have buyers for the property right now. And luckily with the tools within our MLS, I can identify who are those very likely agents that have buyers for the property, and I can communicate to them. I can share information about the property. I can contact them and let them know what type of features the home has, see if they have any serious interested buyers at this time. So there's a lot of other things that I do, but I think that those are the real important things that need to happen and why I have been successful in selling quite a few properties here on a monthly or yearly basis. And that just comes down to maximizing the sale price, being in really good communication about the strategy and the process, and then staying in good communication throughout the process to ultimately hopefully have a successful and profitable sale for a client. So if you're thinking about selling, have any questions about the process, or just like to have a conversation with me, please feel free to reach out. My contact is always on the emails here, and always happy to talk and see what I can do to help. I appreciate it a lot.